Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and welcome to Quranic storytelling with me, Ummi Irah. Hello, Assalamualaikum. How are you? How have you been? It's been 2 months since we had our last storytelling session, and today, inshallah, we're going to talk about Surah Al-Fatihah, ayah 4. And before this, in our previous sessions, we've done ayah 1, 2, and 3. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All glory and praise is to Allah who created this beautiful everything, this universe that He created. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, and He is most loving and most merciful to all of us. And in our last session, I gave you some homework, remember, for you to think about what are some of the things that Allah gave you to show you that He really loves you so much. And I hope you did that, and if you haven't, you can always do it after this, inshallah. So today we're going to cover the 4th ayah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Maliki yawmiddin. Maliki, the king, Yawmiddin, of the day of judgment. And when you think of a king, what do you picture in your mind? Do you think of some king like sitting on a throne and he's wearing a certain costume? Maybe you've seen the king of your country wearing a certain costume and with stars or gold colored cloth that he's wearing. If you're in Malaysia, that's what our kings usually wear. And if you're from another country, maybe some of you live in countries that don't have kings, where you have presidents, so your country would look up to a president. But all these people, they are all people, they're all creations of Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He is the king, He's really a king. He's not like just any other king that you would see in pictures or in movies, but He's like the almost powerful, and He can do anything you want, and He's even more powerful than any of the kings that you've seen in the TV or in the newspaper and pictures. So Maliki Yawmiddin. And what does Yawmiddin mean? Yawmiddin is the day of judgment. And what is the day of judgment, if you ask me? The day of judgment is the day when Allah will give reward to the people who did good in this world. And the day of judgment is also the day that Allah will punish the people who didn't listen to Him. So if you think of, if you're in school and you have friends who like to bully other people, or other people who do bad things to you, or sometimes even with your brother or sister you might fight sometimes, and then you're like, "Mommy, look at my brother, he hit me, oh, he's such a bad brother." Or your sister starts stealing your toys, and then you're like, "Dad, look at Mariam, she's bothering me. Every time I start playing, she likes to bother me." And you think, "My God, life is so unfair." And your mom starts getting angry at you, or your sister, or your teacher gets angry at somebody, and you feel like life is so unfair. But that's why there's the day of judgment, because Allah knows who did the right thing and who didn't. Like, if you tell your mom or your teacher that somebody did something wrong, your teacher doesn't know the real true story behind what happened. And sometimes we don't know either. You don't know either what really happened or what's going on in what you see. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He knows what's going on inside our hearts, why somebody did something and why that thing happened. So whenever we read Maliki Yawmiddin, we remind ourselves that we should try our best to do good deeds, because Allah is seeing us and He will reward us when the day of judgment comes. And we should also remind ourselves that even though we see things that are unfair in this world, like if you're old enough to read the newspaper or watch news or see some of the videos that maybe your mom or dad shared with you about the things that happen in Palestine, in Syria, or things that happen to innocent children, or like, why do these things happen to good people? Because Allah is most fair. One day He will show us why all these things happened, and He will reward everyone who was patient with Jannah Jannah, and in Jannah, whoever goes into Jannah, they'll be like, oh my God, the world was just like one day. It was just, I can't even remember all those bad things happening to me because now I'm in Jannah. So let's all try our best to do good deeds so we can all deserve to go to Jannah, inshallah. And I hope you'll pray for me, Ummi Irah. You'll pray for your family members and all the Muslims in the world, that Allah will accept from us and that Allah will love us even more and let us meet Him in Jannatul Firdaus, inshallah. So that's it for today. Inshallah, in our next session, we'll cover Iyyaka na'budu wa Iyyaka nasta'in, which is next month. It sounds so far away, right? Well, leave a comment if you really like the sessions. Maybe I can do it more frequently, inshallah. And if you found it valuable, share it with your friends and share it with your family. And Allah knows best. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Signing off, Ummi Irah from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Assalamu alaikum.